Hello.
Well, I don't. I guess if there's only two of your song, the way it does, it goes with wherever the sound is. So if you talk, then you'll come on. Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I was trying to see if there's a way to change that under view. Let me look and see. Full screen. No, don't see any. Can you see me okay?
Yeah, I can see you fine.
Okay. Uh, Let me try to get on with my laptop here too. So, okay, I should be on in a minute. The laptop.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. That's interesting. Okay, I don't see you. Are you going to come on or leave that screen on?
Oh, I mean, it's on. I don't know why. I don't know why it's doing that.
Okay, I muted you on that one. So,
Well,
okay, what I wanted to
hmm,
do first is I'm going to have Alex and McKinley come on at 2 o'clock.
okay.
Okay, so what I wanted to do first is go over somewhat of a plan and what the problems are. So there's several things we're attacking at the same time. So number one is we are not too familiar with the radio transmitters. Okay, we haven't used
Yeah,
them in about 2 or 3 years. We did them 3 years ago, set them up, and then we just left them set for that project, all set up. And that's when we had the 4 robots connected in that um, multi-view device that Ron built for us. So
right.
anyway, we have not set up switches or the specifics on ailerons and all that kind of stuff. So it
Yeah,
seems to me that that's probably the most important one for the kids to do. And I don't know what Alex is going to do. Alex is a little funny at times. Uh, I gave him the kit I told you that had the drone and the controller, and he brought
Yeah.
it back. Brought it back. He
Okay.
wanted he wanted a big one, like he saw it out at the temple thing we went to. So
Yeah.
I've tried to tell him that we're going to start with the little ones during the winter and then move up to the big one when good weather comes. So I don't know where he's at right now, but he'll be online. McKinley took one of the kits. She's got one, and she's got B. They're labeled A and B, so the radio matches the drone.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is trying to move into with her high school robotic club into this drones in schools. Okay, and that's part of this big organization of gaming. I think it's multi GP or something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, they have a whole protocol where number one, they build the drone. Two, then they fly it, and during that process, they have to um, document it with video and with an exhibit. So they have to build it with Tinkercad, and then they need 3D Fusion to get the orthographic views. And then they can't do it this year because they're already into this school year, so they can do it next year. Then they have a competition in Dallas and in California. And during that time, they can be competing on velocity drone. So
Yeah.
that's the next hang up. I found out that Windows is not the same on all computers. Windows on my laptop is totally different computer to with gaming compared to my desktop. So the desktop, I did get um, the controller and the cable working and got it calibrated and everything. So I'm that far with it on the desktop.
Okay.
The problem is then I've got to find a way to get that into the simulators. I tried one of the cheap simulators, a free one, and somehow, evidently, I don't know how to get it working in a simulator. I told you on the Velocity drone, I got it working on the laptop, but not on this desktop. And what it does is it says it's looking for the internet. There is no internet. Well, I know it's on because I'm on various things, like right now, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a computer hang up or whatever. But anyway, where we're at with the kids, as I just said, Alex, I told you about McKinley. I just took the kid over to her with a controller and the micro thing. And when she got up this morning, she started downloading Velocity Drone. And the
Okay.
first thing I heard from her is going to take 2 hours to do it. So what I told her to do is just download it in the background and use the computer for whatever else they wanted until that. So at 12
Yeah.
o'clock, I brought the kid over to her, and she says it's still downloading. So that's kind of where we're at with this teaching session. So as I said, it seems to me what we all need probably the most is to figure out how to get these controllers working, the switches or whatever. So that's the picture. So what do you think?
Okay. No, that's fine. We can get them working with the computer and learn a little bit about the controller itself. You know what the switches are designed to do, or what
See,
how they're mapped, and how they work, and what they're supposed to be used for, and how it all translates into flying the drone.
I've got this disadvantage now with the hearing that I hear some of what you say but don't comprehend enough. So and that's what I want the kids on. So what you might do is take McKinley, who's got the controller, through
Yeah.
through the setup, because then I can watch, and then she can help me. Um, and that's at 2 o'clock. So uh,
All right.
try to get translator on here, but I've got to pay to do it from the way it looks like, where actually it will come up closed captioning on the screen. And you can do it with Zoom. I found it under the settings because I found some other people that are doing it. But you have to bring in what they call a third party. And the one that I see is Indiana does a lot of work with the hearing impaired schools, universities there. So they have
Yeah.
a service out of a university whereby I presume what I do is buy into their service and then click on Zoom, and Zoom will have them bring up the closed captioning. I think the last I checked on that was $90 for an hour. So from my standpoint, for some things, that's probably well worth it. Uh, when we put the things up on YouTube, I don't know if you followed YouTube, but all these videos I can put on YouTube, and YouTube then has a transcribe service that while it's live, it logs and transcribes it. So I can watch all the dialogue as people are talking on YouTube. So I didn't put this on YouTube because that channel right now is open, and I'm not sure how to make it private. But anyway, that's another approach to solving this problem. I can take Zoom now, and we do that all the time, and go on YouTube at the same time, and then I can bring up YouTube, which it really comes up automatic, and then click on this little button, and I'll see everything that's said. So anyway, that's where my problems are with my old age. Go ahead.
I don't know why my video is not working. Um,
But let me see if I can do some sharing from the laptop.
I mean, I can see you, but I know that my screen's not being shared, or my camera's it's on like it's supposed to be sharing, but I don't know why what it's doing.
Well, it's not going to let me share that screen. It says host disabled it, and I didn't just disable it. See if you can do a screen share. I didn't. I actually went in and set up this morning so everybody could share their screens, but it's not
Yeah,
doing it.
it says the same thing, host disabled.
Try share screen.
Yeah,
If
I know it. It
is
says
it
that it's
is it
disabled.
disabled?
Yeah.
Let me see if there's any way to overcome that. I don't know if I can overcome it once we're online. One
I think you
participant can share
can.
at a time. Well, let me click that. Multiple participants can share simultaneously. That one was not clicked. Okay, try it. I clicked the other one.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Is that you doing that?
Yeah.
I'm still learning to zoom, to view things. Let me see if I say not full screen, speaker view. because I'm getting your screen sharing, but it's on another. It's on my second monitor and it's on the laptop, but it's not on my primary one here. Anyway, I can see it, so why don't you go into wait? Okay, hold it a minute. That's McKinley wants the information. We use the same one for 6 months. Let me go through an invite. Let me tell her I sent her an invite. Well, while I'm doing that, I might as well send one to Alex too,
Okay.
because he's going to be asking.
Well, let me rejoin and see if that fixes the video.
Okay, why don't you just wait now for the two kids? I just sent them invites, so. Hold it a minute. I'm getting a text from Desiree.
Okay.
Nadine?
Yes.
Desiree just said the boys are going to stay here tonight. Say yes if you heard me. Okay. Okay, let's see. Now she's asking if I sent it to hers or Hal's, and I don't even know that. Let me try again. Let's see if that's hers. I have two of them. So I don't know why I have Hal's. He's in Afghanistan. Okay, there's Alex. So you can talk to him while I'm working. I'm going to knit him while I'm working with McKinley here.
Okay.
Okay, Alex, can you hear?
I can hear you.
Okay, Travis, can you see him? I'm waiting for McKinley to come on here.
Hey, Alex. I still don't know what's going on with my video. Can you hear me, Alex?
I hear you.
All right. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. I just all right. Question 21.
Yeah, I don't know why she's having trouble. We do this every Friday night.
Well, the link's broken. Sometimes that happens.
Okay, there she is.
Grandpa, let me try to
Okay,
rejoin.
Okay, Travis, they're all on. So, what the plan is to have Travis lead us through some of the steps that we need, and you can ask him questions. I can't hear that well, so I'm going to be the moderator, if you want to call that, in the background. I have two computers set up. I have the laptop, which is I was able to get Velocity Drone installed on there, and on this computer desktop, I have the controller installed with the cable. So McKinley, I forgot to bring you or give you the cable, but you have the controller. So probably what you need to do, I guess, is let Travis take over and lead it. He's going to do screen sharing from his computer. So
Yeah.
Travis, you want to
Well,
take over? Make sure that McKinley and Alex can communicate with you.
yeah. Can you guys both hear me? I know you can, Alex.
And he's going to do screen sharing
Okay.
for.
Well, can McKinley, you have a controller. It's the Fly Sky version. Is that right?
Yeah,
You're on
but
mute.
I don't have the cable needed to connect it, so I just use I'm temporarily using my other controller that I do have the cable for.
Okay. Well, the basics on the controller are going to be you've got your two joysticks, so to speak, or they're called gimbals. You have a left one and a right one. There's a standard format or a default format for what each stick, the left and the right, do. The standard or default is called a mode 2 configuration. And what that means is when you're controlling the drone, you have various things you can do with it. You can go upwards, you can go down, you could go left, right, forward, and backwards, right? But the way that the controller actually makes that happen, which you guys are probably familiar with the DJI drones, they're very similar. The left joystick or the left gimbal, it on the upward and downward, that's going to be your throttle up and down. On the left stick, if you go left or right, that's what they call a yaw. Or when you're dealing with like some of these hobby style controllers, like the Fly Sky one, and the ones that I have for that most people use for drone racing, they're actually geared towards terminology for airplanes. So when they reference some of these terms on the joysticks, they reference airplanes, not quadcopters. So you're going to have to remember or learn how to translate the two. The only one that is the same is throttle, which is your left stick up and down. The left stick left and right is yaw, or when they refer to it in airplane terminology, it's actually what's called the rudder, or they abbreviate it for R, for rudder. The right hand stick, if you push it up or down, it controls on a quadcopter or drone what's called the pitch, which makes it lean forward or lean backwards. What that actually relates to on the airplane, or the terminology you're going to see a lot when it comes to racing drones and hobby drones, is the elevator, or E. On an airplane, those are like the rudders or the fins in the very, very back. They bend up or they bend down, and it forces the airplane to go up or forces it to go down. The last one you have, which is on the right joystick, is right and left, and that's going to be your roll on a quadcopter. So basically, it's what makes the quadcopter lean right or lean left, and that translates to what's called an aileron on an airplane. You don't really need to know what those things look like on an airplane for drones, but in the hobby world, everything's referred to as airplanes. So when someone says, "What's your aileron at?" you need to know that that's your pitch, or excuse me, your roll, which is your right axis or the right joystick, right and left. So that's you're going to see that a lot, like I said, with the Fly Sky remotes or any of the other hobby transmitters that they make. So the other thing that you have to remember, if McKinley, if you look at the Fly Sky transmitter you see all those switches. And if you could hold it up to show Alex, I don't know why my camera's not working. Or do you guys see me on video, or do you just see a background?
I just see a background.
Yeah. I don't know why my camera's not working on Zoom. All right. Well, if you look at
What color
McKinley's
shirt are
remote,
you wearing?
blue.
Is it the same as the background?
Well, I tried to change the back. Well, kind
Oh
of
yeah, I can see
actually.
why. Try taking the background off.
Well, I did, and
I still see your background.
here, let me
Oh, I see
sit in
cause.
this chair.
See,
Is that better? No.
you turned your camera off.
Well, that's what I normally do. Yeah, I don't know. I think my camera's broke. Anyway, if you can hold that up again, McKinley, at the very top, Alex, look, you got the two switches on the left, you got two on the right, and then right in the middle, those look like potentiometers, which you'll never really need to use those. But you have to have, at a minimum, uh, a switch for what's called arming and disarming. So generally, the very top left switch is the one that's used for that, but any of the switches can be used. If you don't arm the quad or the drone before you fly it, the motors won't turn on, and no matter what you do with the sticks or the gimbals, nothing will happen. You can use those switches to add different flight modes and things like that, but for the basics, all you need is an arm and disarm switch, and then you have your two joysticks that control the drone. So the most important thing from all that is remembering that, well, actually, let me say one more thing. So when it comes to radio control, you have what's called a bunch of channels. Every channel does something differently. So for instance, a drone, it requires at least 4 channels because you have the throttle, you have the yaw, you have the pitch, and you have the roll. Each one of those is a separate channel. So when the transmitter is transmitting out a signal, it's sending out a signal that's encoded with at least 4 channels, if not, 5, 6, 7. It can be up to tens or 20s of them. But you need to remember that each joystick, the left and the right one, is 2 channels. Up and down is 1 channel, left and right is another channel. Same for the right joystick. Up and down is 1 channel, and left and right is another channel. And what's really happening is the transmitter itself is saying, I'm up on the left joystick 10 degrees. I'm right on the joystick 10 degrees. and I'm 0 and 0 on the right joystick. So what it's going to send those commands, a number for every channel, and then the receiver that's on the drone or the quadcopter is going to receive those and transmit it into work, or telling the motors, this is what I want to do. I want to go up, and I want to yaw right. So that way, it just goes upwards and spins right. And so that translates from the transmitter, just like radio, like regular radio audio, the audio radio translates from your transmitter over, most of the time it's 2.4 gigahertz, and communicates with the receiver on the other end. And then it takes that input that you physically told on the transmitter or the controller, and tells the motors what to do. I want to get faster. I want to go faster. I want to slow down. I want to turn the left two on faster than the right two, which will make it, roll right, and so forth. Now, most of like the one that you guys have, that one should be programmed pretty much out of the box to work with the drones that you guys have, not the DJI drones, the other drones. Getting it to work with the simulator, Velocidrone, or any of the other simulators out there, normally they have a driver problem. So when you actually take the transmitter and hook it up through the cable to the computer needs to go download some drivers in order to make it understand, what it wants the computer to do. It basically turns it into a mouse and a keyboard, if you will. Because you can fly the simulators with your mouse and keyboard if you wanted to. The drivers, though, for the Fly Sky, normally, I remember those just working, and I actually have one of those. I haven't used it in a long time, but I was going to go ahead and plug it in and show you guys how to set it up, and then hopefully how to get it configured in the simulator. So, my video is not working, but the screen share does work. Okay. Now, if you guys want to look at this for 1 second while I get this transmitter set up, this is basically a brief explanation of what channel mapping is, and it's what you're going to have to do in order to make it work on the simulator and with the actual drone itself. And the one thing to also note is that some of the transmitters, depending on the brand,
I'd recommend you take some screenshots of some of these instructions.
Yeah, I can send all the links too. So let me get the USB cable. Give me a second. Close this. All right, so I don't think I've ever used this transmitter. It's very identical to the ones you guys have. I don't think I've ever used it on this computer, so this should be basically the brief setup. So see, it already recognized my FlySky i6. Hopefully, it works the same way with the one you guys have as well. Okay, so well, it's probably going to be one of these two devices, but let's just see if it actually works. So the first thing you can do is when you get into the simulator, most simulators have kind of a setup screen where you can go and configure all the switches on your transmitter. You can make them do all kinds of things. Like there's a mode called Turtle mode. For instance, if you crash and you land upside down, you can flip a switch, and what it does is turn on two of the motors on one side for a brief second, just with enough, hopefully, thrust or power to flip it upside down. And then, you know, if it flips over and lands back on the right side, you can take off again. There's different types of flying modes. Ooh, this is loud. There we go. So there's different types of flight modes. There's a mode that's called angle mode, which basically it's kind of like on the DJI drones, where if you let go of your sticks or your inputs, your gimbals, it kind of just hovers, right? So if you were going right, rolling right, or moving right, it would stop and hover just in place. Then there's another mode that's called horizon mode, which allows you to do flips and barrel rolls and all that kind of stuff. But when you let go of the sticks, and sticks are a very common terminology for the joysticks or the gimbals on the transmitter. So if you hear me say sticks a lot, that's what they mean. If you let go of the joysticks or the gimbals, while you're in a barrel roll or a back flip or a front flip or whatever, it's going to try to level itself out based on the horizon, you know, so make itself level with the ground. And then there's a mode called acrobatic mode or air mode that if you told the drone to go forward, to roll forward, and then you let go of the joystick, it wouldn't come back down to level. It would continue rolling forward until you tell it to roll backwards. It's a very advanced mode. I'm not very good at it, but some racers use it, some racers don't. There's a lot of cool things you can do with it, like fly upside down, and you can go upwards upside down. There's a lot of cool things you can do with it, but you got to really know what you're doing. Then there's other various things you can do with the switches, but the goal is to do what's called channel mapping, which is that link that website I showed you a minute ago, which tells the transmitter and the receiver that channel 1 means throttle, up and down. Because if you had them backwards, let's say that you had your yaw on channel 1 and your throttle on channel 2, Well, when you're telling the controller, I want to, you push up on the left joystick, it's not going to go upwards. It's actually going to spin right instead of go up. And when you push it right, it's going to go up. So it's always good to make sure that you understand how the physical joysticks, and switches on your controller. Every switch is one channel. How they map to the channels on the transmitter and receiver. You can think of it like a regular walkie-talkie or radio. Channel 1 is channel 1, channel 2 is 2. 1 talks to 1 only, and 2 talks to 2 only, and so forth. You need to make sure that whatever you're telling it is the right thing. Otherwise, it could be like a game of, what's that? Phone booth or phone book or whatever, where you say something and next thing you know, someone says something else at the very end. You need to make sure that you're talking the same language, so to speak. So once you, like I said, the transmitter is probably going to be configured in what's called a default setup.
Travis,
Yeah.
could you go into a single player, micro, and then the gymnasium? I can't remember what they call it.
Yeah. Let me make sure that this controller is set up.
Okay, under micro.
Yeah. Hold on. So I'm going to just go in here and make sure that the transmitter is set up correctly. Oh, right here. Down here in the bottom left, controller.
Yeah.
So right now it recognizes my the controller. That's the name of mine.
Okay, the top one is one we have, right? I6. Yeah.
You don't have the S. You have just the I6, but
We
it's
have
basically the
the
same.
fly ski I6. Yeah. We don't have the S.
I have the S. So right now I'm going to hopefully. Okay, this is actually kind of new for me.
When that says sticks, that means both sticks. I take it.
Well, the left stick does one thing and the right
Okay.
stick does the other.
Okay.
All right, there we go. See, that was easy enough. Okay, so the fly sky should just work pretty easily. I don't know if you guys saw exactly what that was. I'll do it again real quick. But if it says right here FS, which is fly sky, yours should say I or I6, maybe A, I'm not sure. I have the S version, but it's basically the same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and just reset everything. So you assign your controller, and then right here, it's going to tell you what to do with it. So that way it can read the inputs. So I assigned the controller. Now I need to assign the sticks to make sure they're correct. And this is the mapping, the channel mapping, the throttle, the aileron, the elevator, and the rudder, or for drones, the throttle, yaw, pitch, and roll. So I guess it has me go ahead and follow the sticks if you see the little orange dots moving back and forth. And then right now it's telling me to put the sticks in the very, very middle. And then it's right here, it's telling me to move my right joystick to follow that orange dot. So if you follow the instructions right here, and then follow those orange dots, they will, there we go. So now it's asking, so you follow the sticks, this is your left and right. Now it's asking you to assign the roll. So we're doing the channel mapping. You could assign your left joystick up or down to roll if you wanted to. You could assign the right one up or down, or left or right if you wanted to for roll. But the default is your right joystick, left and right. Now it's asking me for my pitch. Default again is your right one, up and down. Now it's asking me to assign my yaw, which is normally your left one, left and right. And then last and finally your throttle, which is normally this left one, up and down. And now you can see there's my throttle, up and down. Here's my yaw, left and right on the left joystick. And if you watch over here, you can actually see the drone moving. Camera appears to be right up here at the top. So there's my yaw. There's my throttle. You can see the blades spinning a little faster and not at all. And then on the right stick, here's my roll right, my roll left, and there's my pitch forward and my pitch backwards. Honey, stop. The dogs just woke up from a nap. So once this is all done, there's all kinds of other things you can do on here. Honestly, most of this stuff is you don't really need your recharge battery because you never run out of battery. You could most of this stuff you don't really need to know. That's advanced. I don't even use half that stuff. So let's go ahead and go back. And then let's go ahead and start a single player. Get this out of the way. So,
And pick the drone over there that's like our micros, the Zoomy, whatever they call it.
yeah, I don't know if
that's it.
Well, that's the one I have. That's
Okay.
the exact drone that I have. The one that you have is, yeah, I was gonna say this is probably more like it.
Okay, well, one of them, so they see how to do it.
Yeah. So on here, here's all your stats and stuff like that. This means a lot once you really start getting into programming these drones and hand building all of the parts. You got your basics like the propeller size. This is actually hold on. The silly is pretty big. I don't think yours is that big. Let me see.
Okay, now what I tried was single player and the gym.
Yeah, this thing is a little too big for an indoor.
Yeah.
This is more the right size.
Okay.
For an indoor. I guess. Oh, I'm sorry. Those are the ones that I had already built. There's gonna be like. No, it's even too big. Well, honestly, for now, I would stick with just the little guy.
It doesn't really matter which one you use, just so they see the gym in action.
Yeah. This is a good guy right here, the Tiny Hawk. So I'm gonna use this guy. And I'm gonna go ahead and select him. And my favorite one is the go-kart route relay. That's a really good fun course, and it's indoors and pretty small.
Football stadium, that's a good one.
Yeah, where's the
There's a
gymnasium one
sports
at?
hall. Sports hall is the one that we'll be doing in gyms. And I don't know what all those names are. Track names. AZ Colbert's Track 8.
This is probably a group.
Well, they seem to be different scene setups.
They
In other words,
are.
the same scene, but people set up the pylons and so on in different patterns.
Yeah, normally the pylons are set up based on the type or size of drone you have. Um,
The one down at the bottom is the simplest one, if I remember right. Way down.
what?
Yeah, go to school track. That's a good one.
It's probably outdoors, maybe. All right, so if that's the one we're gonna select, go ahead and select the scenery. So it's gonna start loading up. I don't know how well this is gonna stream everything, but all right.
And now, the way I understand it, you can watch some of these other people fly that pattern. Is that right?
Yeah, you can. Um, you can't do it in here though.
Or just fly around, whatever, so they see it. Those menu on the left, they have to know what all that stuff means. The flag at the bottom, the home button at the top.
It's just kind of small. This is actually really hard.
Yeah. And then it can show them. When I was
Well, the goal.
trying to set up a scene, it said that you could only have one start on there at a time, but I couldn't figure out which ones were the start.
Well, so the start is the blue. Oop. Well, I guess it's actually the orange one right here. Normally what you do is you follow these cones. And this is actually really hard to fly because my computer can barely handle this. You follow these cones around, and then you always go on the outside of flags. Then you go under hoops like so. Oop. And this one is actually, I think you have to go under here. This one's actually kind of hard.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
you're following him now, right?
Well, here we go. So they normally put arrows on the ground, and you follow the cone. Oh, here we go. I was going the wrong way. There we go. See how do you...
Okay. Well, my question was, with the error that came up, how do you know which one is a start?
Which one's the start? They have arrows. If you look right here, if you can see those arrows,
Oh, okay.
they point to go through them, the direction. Now, the real question is, these are side by side, so where do
Are
you
they
actually go?
are they both starts or only the one on the left?
No, they're not. Neither one's a start.
Because evidently you have to have a start in there, and you
The
can't have
start,
more. You cannot have more than one. It kept saying.
well, this should be the start right here. So this right here is the start. I don't know why they did the wrong color though.
Okay, with the arrow tells you that.
Well, the pad tells you that.
or the color?
Well, the color normally does, but these arrows right here.
Okay.
How do I reset? There we go. So this pad that you see on the bottom,
Yeah.
that's they did the whoever made this didn't do it right though. Normally the blue is the start and finish. But someone designed this weird because it doesn't even this
Yeah.
track doesn't even make sense.
Now, can you set it up from a blank, Jim?
Yeah, yeah, there's a track editor. People build them all the time and share them.
Can you show them how to do that?
Well, actually, I've never really done that before.
Because
But
obviously, one team might want to set it up different than another team.
yeah, normally what people will do, especially for the big races, like the races you guys saw in Temple, um, people made those tracks and put them up on here for people to practice, I'm sure. So if you come to the track editor right here, so you gotta,
So you can create a new
yes.
track.
Well, you can create a new track and then you can pick the basic. So the indoor go-kart is by far my favorite one. I love all those. But, the sports hall, let's say. So we pick sports hall.
Well, let's say I want to do Cott's house. I can make a track for my house.
Yeah, it's hard. You might have to do some like stuff in Tinkercad or something before to import it. If you wanted to make your house, you would have to do something like that. If you wanted to just build, like see here if I just wanted to build off the base of
Okay,
that gym,
those things on the left is what I'm talking about. How do you know which one is a starter?
you mean over here?
Yeah. When I wanted to get one of those in there, it kept saying something about you need a starter or can only have one. I don't remember what it was.
Well, let's put this on here. Well, I've never actually built a level or a map before. I guess it's over. Well, these are all gates, barriers, Wi-Fi pipes, trees, foliage, buildings.
Bring one over.
Oh, see right here, I even
Okay,
tell
now,
it.
can you change the size of any of those? It's got an XY axis.
I
I,
think you
I
can
couldn't figure out
drag
how to
them.
do it.
Hmm. I don't know.
Okay, so that's how you drag it around then.
Yeah.
How do you know when it's on the floor?
Uh, it kind of just snaps. It looks like. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. So that's how you do that. Mouse. I don't know how to make them bigger. I don't think you can then. But right down here is where you select it as a start and finish point. You can make any of these your start and finish. Well, I guess I can't make any of them. That one doesn't even have the option. Yeah, so okay. Only certain ones can be your start and finish. It's easier to just download some of the maps you find on the internet, or you can find in the game itself or the simulator, and then manipulate them later on. If you wanted to build your actual house, that would take a long time because you would have to go through walls and
Okay, now how would you put that at one end of the floor and something at the other end?
well, oops. So this thing right here, I could just drag.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
like how you.
Now put it in the basketball circle. In. Okay, now can you put something in the other circle? The other end of the floor. Well, there's something there already. Yeah. And you just click on it, then click on the scene.
Yeah, on the ground wherever you want. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the delete key, once you're highlighted, deletes the item. And I'm assuming you can actually come up here and yeah, you can. So I could actually come up to the top over here and type in numbers.
Okay. So what we've done is build a track. Is that right?
We can build a track. Yeah.
And do you have to name
Once
it then? Name it?
yeah, once you're done, you come over here and save and um oop. I guess you have to well no, there
So,
is a start and finish.
so Alex McKinley is what you ought to try to do now. Build some tracks.
Oh, there we go. Track must have one and only start grid.
And right now
It
we're
is.
working online or offline.
Travis.
Well, what do you mean?
I don't know. It asked me something yesterday. I can't remember last night about working offline. It says it'll work offline.
Well, yeah, you can download the track editor is offline. The only thing the online for is to share the map with other people.
With other
And
people?
yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Travis.
Yeah, Alex.
I see where you can make it bigger.
How do you make it bigger?
On the side, where it has controls, it's the second one down. It says scale. My guess you can make that bigger.
Over here?
Up? No, higher. Right below locations
Uh,
Or scale.
or size. It's
What's
either scale
what's
or size.
RGB mean?
it has to. I don't know what RGB means exactly.
Well,
It's
most of us say
XYZ.
it stands for red, green, blue.
I know. I it's. I'm not really sure 100%, but it's
I
XYZ.
know.
Good,
It's
good.
the
What is it?
XYZ axis.
Yeah, but why is it RGB, not XYZ?
Well, at least in my experience, there's a motorcycle game similar to this, and they do the same thing. For track racing games, they usually refer to XYZ as red, green, blue.
Well, interesting.
Good girl.
But yeah, over here, I guess you could type it in. There's got to be a way to do it though. With somehow clicking on these things and manipulating these corners. But I honestly don't. Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Oh, you
okay.
click on the
You,
corners.
you just
Yeah,
grab
you
the
did that.
handles.
Yeah.
Were those handles
Okay.
there before, or did you do something to bring them up?
No, they were there. If you're
Oh,
focused on if you're
Okay.
focused on the gate, the
Looks
little,
okay.
yeah, they're there. The only thing I don't know how to do
Now,
is,
now, can we bring a drone in there and fly it?
well, yeah, we gotta save it, but it's give me an error. Track must have one and only one start grid.
Yeah. See, that's what I kept running into. One and only
Uh,
one start grid,
well, I think I'm missing the actual grid then.
and I only see one start grid there.
Well, it's a starting gate.
Oh, so they're all starting gates under gates.
Yeah, well, not exactly. Like this one can't be used as a starting grid or gate for some
Now,
reason.
can
I
you
don't know.
delete? Can you delete the second one? How did you do that? Just delete?
Just hit the delete key.
Just click on it.
Just click on it, make sure it's highlighted, and then delete it.
Okay.
I think I'm missing. I don't know what I'm missing here. Here, let's just let's use one of the other ones that I downloaded and just manipulate it. There's something I'm missing here. See what this one is. This is. I don't remember why I downloaded this one anymore. Oop. Okay. Well, this is a bad example. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what the starting gate error is. I know it needs like cones on the ground, but I don't know how to put cones down.
Travis,
Yeah.
when you were in the editor, I think it was in barriers or something like that. I saw the cones in one of them.
Okay, let's take a look again. Oh, it
No,
actually
there's a
says
section that
cones.
says cones.
There we go. Okay. So you normally add these cones for, and I don't fully understand what all the colors mean, but when you see them put together, they mean things. But generally, you try to follow the cones on the ground because that'll lead you through the course to get from all the gates. You know, if you have two gates side by side, sometimes what you'll have to do is go through the right gate, turn around immediately, go through the left gate, back the other direction. But sometimes if they're side by side and they say go the same direction, what you do is, you know, you go through the right one, you spin around, you come back and go back through the other one. So the
So
cones are there.
we would put the cones in as a track after the pylons.
Yeah, normally the cones would be like, yeah, they're for directional purposes. So
Yeah.
build it first with, there's all kinds of stuff in here.
How are you making that bigger and smaller? The gym.
Oh, with the wheel on the mouse.
Yeah. Now how do you go to that? Scroll.
Yeah, just scroll up and
Okay.
down. Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of like Tinkercad. You hold down your right click, you can change your angles. You can zoom in, zoom out, and then you got your keyboard over here to go,
Yeah.
these ways. So it's very similar to a
Travis.
3D CAD. Yeah, Alex.
Travis. Does your
Yeah,
middle scroll wheel click?
it does. But
Well, if it
it's
does, try moving that around. Click it and move it around, and that should also move the screen.
yeah,
Okay. On some
mine's
Now,
mouses it does that. Others.
yeah, my mouse is also a little weird. The wheel's kind of weird, but sometimes, yeah. Or what you can probably do is, you know, normally
now's
you
the
can
time to
spin a
ask
part
questions,
around.
you all. If you have any ideas.
Yeah,
And
Alex.
also, Travis. In another one of them, I saw actual grids. So that might be what it meant by starting grids. I
Yeah.
think it was in the very bottom section. In the tools.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe. I mean, these. Hmm. I don't know. You'll have to play with it and let me know, Alex, because like I said, I don't think I've ever built a map. I've downloaded some and modified them. I've never built a whole one.
My next question was is how to get the drone into this now.
Well, once you can save it,
Yeah.
then once you save it, let's say I save this one or
Well,
one of
where is
these.
it going to save it under?
So it's
Under
going to save it
tracks?
under. Yeah, it's going to be under tracks. So let's say, well, there's the two I have right here. So let's say I want to go fly this one, uh, the ADC student one. I can go here, select the drone you want.
Yeah.
Let's get a bigger one. And if you come up here, well, you can find it in all tracks, but
So
those,
it saved it there under where you were at.
yeah, everything should be in under this. If I came to all tracks,
Travis. I
it's right
think the one
here,
that you
Oh,
have,
and it's
okay.
under
yeah.
type custom.
Okay. It'll always say custom like that?
Yeah, there's other types of tracks, but all these are just the leaderboard ones, which because there's a lot of people that race on here at like a video game, and every month they have a leaderboard or whatever. But I'm pretty sure if you build them, so like right here,
We're in the micro.
uh,
Well, I don't know.
no,
We will be in the micro. Yeah.
yeah, but the custom maps are not going to be. They're going to be here probably.
Now, can you bring up a leaderboard and show them all the people who are competing against?
Yeah, so the leaderboard is under the multiplayer.
And it tells what country they're from.
Yeah, that's how you can. Well, you can also just check leaderboard stats right here. Um, maybe Maybe I'm not.
I think all I did was click on one of those scenes and it brought it up.
Well, you can do that too.
No?
But normally, if you click on
They
the
had
leaderboard,
they brought up a long list of people with the flags from their countries and their times.
well, it'll show you the track and time and position and laps.
Uh,
I don't know why this isn't working right now. Discord's it should be online. Yeah. I don't know why it's not showing any of that stuff right now.
So Travis,
Yeah.
the Velocidrone app, does it cost? Do you have to pay for it?
It's just the initial purchase. There's no, you don't have to pay to use it.
Alright. I was just asking for the initial purchase.
Well, it's not like you don't have to have like a online subscription or anything.
Yeah.
Well, so hopefully, I mean I have a different type of a transmitter these days, but the Fly Sky has always been very easy to work with on the computers. And both of you should just need to plug it in, and like we went through a minute ago under the controller settings, make sure it at least says FS. I think you guys just have the i6 ones, maybe i6As. I'm not sure. Then go to
Congratulations. This is
the
your initial notification. If you haven't missed any electric bill payments in the last 6 months, now you're eligible to get 20 to 25% savings on your electric and gas bills. Please press 1 to get your new discounted rate.
all right. Once you connect the cables in the transmitters to your computer, they should just come right up. And like I said, it should say FS dash or hyphen I6 or I6A.
Dr.
And
Cop
then,
just got the i6.
okay. Yeah, that sounds right. So it should just say then FSI6 emulator, and then you're going to want to go to assign controller, and that's basically just going to make sure that if you move any button or whatever on there, it's like, okay, that's the controller I want. And then go through that assign sticks procedure. Won't take very long. And once that's all set up, excuse me, that's pretty much all you really need to do just to get started flying. But again, once you get all the sticks set up, look at this, and make sure you're looking at that drone over there on the right side. And if you can see, the camera up here is facing, forward or up towards the top of the screen. And then you just want to make sure that all your sticks do exactly what they're supposed to. Throttle up and down, yaw left and right, pitch or roll right and left, pitch forward and back. And once that's set up, you can just, you can start flying on some of those maps. You can start building some too if you like. They are probably a little harder and more time consuming than you think, but you can build something. And I'm pretty sure that you can import, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow you can probably build something in like Tinkercad or whatever and import that in. Never tried it. But But if you wanted to do that, you know, if you wanted to build your house or something, or build something specific, you know, that's like not just take the gymnasium that they have on here and add stuff to it, or take the football field they have.
It looked like that just implied you can import somebody else's track and rename it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, sure can.
Okay.
Um,
So we could
On some games, like building games,
make
you
a
can
track
actually
for
do
Harker
that
High
if you
School
download.
and import it,
yep.
and then give it to other schools.
Yeah, like for instance, if you go to the download track,
So they will all have the same track.
yep, you
Another
could.
thing that uses that is actual games. Like, if you know the game, um, not Minecraft, if you download from Steam, you can actually go to the thing and download certain builds for Minecraft and then just upload them.
Yep, just very, very close to that. Yep. I was trying to see if they had that Texas National map on here.
Now another question related
Yeah,
to
right here. See?
yeah.
Texas Winter Nationals 20. That's the race course that
Alrighty,
you guys
RT.
saw in Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can, that's literally the exact track. I'm gonna go download that. So once you got it, a lot of the big events will have the tracks put up before they actually race. So that way people
Yeah.
can practice on
Travis,
them.
they actually told the people at the race actually told us that they have posted it quite a few days earlier
Yeah.
so that the people who are racing could actually get all ready for it.
Yeah. Okay, so this one makes good sense. I would use this one to build from.
Yeah.
So if you can see, you got, you know, over here, you've got this ground arrow showing you go forward, and what you're gonna have to do is go, you know, upwards through this thing. It's actually kind of hard to maneuver. And then over here, you come through this gate. Looks like this is hard to maneuver. Yeah, so you come through this gate, you come around, go. You always want to go on the inside of the flags. So they normally, the fan or the tip waves on the left side or the right, but you always want to go on the small side of the well, they call them flags, but so they come around here, go on the outside of this big flag over here, come back through this, then you can go right back through the same gate that you went the other way through. And then you have a couple. Well, do they not have one of those? Well, and if you can see right here, you actually, that's what it wants you to do. It wants you to come down through this underneath, circle around, go back through here. I don't know what this frame is for, though.
Does this
Normally
give you a score in addition to timing?
I don't know about a score.
Well, what I'm getting at, if you miss a pylon and don't do it right,
Well, you can't finish unless you do all the pylons.
or you can't,
Technically,
well,
yeah.
it won't give you a time then.
Well, it'll time you, but if you miss one of the pylons, you can't finish. You can't finish. It's a do not qualify. You have to go back, and if you miss it, it's fine. You just have to go back and do it because
Okay.
you can't proceed to the next one until you did the one before it.
Okay.
So it's all time based. There's no points. See, they don't have any of
Another
these.
way
Do what, Alex?
Another way that you would not qualify is if your drone dies and you
Well,
don't
that too,
finish.
yeah. So this is similar to one of the gates. These are hard. They're really, really hard. But what you have to do normally, and this isn't exactly what I was looking for. Close though. It at least shows the concepts. But yeah, I don't see any other ones. Okay, actually, this is a good idea. So sometimes what you'll have to do is you have to go through and go under the bottom one, come back and go through the top one. And then like, for instance, on this left one, sometimes you'll come through it or you'll come through, then you have to go up through it, then out or up all the way out. So there's different ways that you can actually design the flight pattern or the flight path where you have to like circle back around and do back flips and forward flips really quickly, or just immediately turn around to pull 180 degrees and go right back through something else.
Now this is getting pretty far for us.
Yep.
Hey Kinley, did you get it downloaded? Can you bring up do a screen share and let him see what you got? Travis, can you follow her through?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do a screen share.
Yeah, make sure she knows how to do a setup and whatever.
I've already got this down. I already started creating a track beforehand just to see how it works.
Oh, there you go.
I was just looking it over with you guys. So,
A disco.
I like the fluorescent.
I set fire to most of them.
Yeah. So now you just got to start kind of adding the gates and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I like how there's just a random car parked just randomly in there.
I put a lot of fire in that room. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm just looking
If
for
you
a
didn't
starting
see
gate.
that, I would think that it was from Audrey. She told you to do that. That's what I would think.
Yeah. I was just really having fun earlier, trying to mess around and stuff. I even did some of the the single player racing ones. It's pretty fun. Let me see if I can save this.
Yeah, it should be on the bottom right.
Oh, right, yeah, there it is. Oh, yeah, I'm still looking for that.
Yeah, I don't. Here,
I saw it earlier. I just have to remember where I saw it.
Well, the gates are at the top, and then there's the cones, but I don't.
I saw a starting gate and it had the drone start pad and everything. I just forgot where I saw it.
Now, Travis, the way I understood this is you can control this from the keyboard too, right? There's a map.
Yeah, you can use the keyboard and mouse to you can even use it to fly and play the game if you like, or the simulator, but that's the easiest way to maneuver, especially when editing maps.
I found it.
Oh yeah, let me see.
It's the neon.
Is there a listing somewhere of what the keyboard commands are, or is it a manual?
It's under the options. If you just go under there, it'll tell you what each key maps to.
There is about a 20-page manual you can download. Fairly well done.
Yeah, I was gonna say the manual probably tells you too, but yeah, Alex, you should if you get into building the maps, you should build a pretty cool indoor goat cart one. I think that's the funnest type of map because you got little bridges and all kinds of ups and downs. It's a pretty cool one, I think.
McKinley,
Hmm.
go back to the one you were just at.
Wait, what?
Go back to the section you were just at.
Yeah.
No, the other one with the where you got the grids
This?
from.
Travis, can they compete against each other, or can you compete online,
The
or
very
just
bottom one.
against somebody
This one?
else's track
Uh-huh.
with multiplayer?
Can you hear me?
Oh no, that's keyboard.
Kenley, I didn't see that. Where'd you get the keyboard shortcut?
Uh,
Under what
on the
part of
keyboard.
the menu?
It's just right here. It's where it's the little keyboard symbol.
Wait, McKinley, is that the
Right
full
mouse button.
version?
Oh, sure. Let's shift. Well, that's good, Travis. She's done all that since noon.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
Okay, how do you deselect curve?
You kind of just click on it, and then once you see that three-dimensional axis on it, then you can maneuver it
It
or
says right
manipulate that
click.
one.
Just right click on nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, if you want to change your view. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
I feel like that would be almost impossible to fly.
It would be very hard.
Oh my gosh, I still don't know where this. Ooh. There's a rotate button. Ooh. Where is the start grid? Is this it?
You can set that as start as finish. Start and finish.
Is there like let's see.
On the bottom, it says, if you click on it,
Mm-hmm.
it says set as start and finish.
Let's see. Let me see now.
Try putting that and then add some cones and add a few other gates.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
What?
Well, I just Googled it. It's under the barrier section. I don't know why it doesn't tell you what the names are. Go to the very top of the barriers. That top left one right there. That's the start grid right there.
Oh, we need 2 gates now. Oh yeah, that's a good area. I like that one.
You can have a flaming gate.
Yeah, of course. Why not?
That should be like the finish line, not the not the starting gate.
So, Travis, if I wanted to download this now, she would have to give me the name of it and tell me where it's at.
Normally I just download files on the internet and then just
Pardon?
save them, and like normally they're just
Yes.
files.
Okay.
I'm not sure you can just save it to the whole. She would if she started a match or a race with that map,
Okay.
and I wanted to join the map, then I would just automatically download it. But normally I just download the maps online, or I just go to the search. So I'm not sure if it hosted or posted. We'll have to check that out. Like I said, I've never made a map before.
So McKinley, did you set up the controller you were using?
Yeah, I think I screwed it up though.
If I'm correct, the thing, it probably what most controls are for pretty much anything. AWSD.
Yeah, I know that. Should we see?
It's really hard to fly with the keyboard.
Well, it's just controlling my camera. Why would it, I don't know why it won't let me control the actual drone. Because you can see it's controlling my camera. Should it be in person mode?
Well,
Oh.
Henley, at least you're still first place.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
so yeah, I was gonna say save it.
that rave. I'm staying with the play on words of bats.
Yeah, so now if you go to now you're just like in the edit mode, you can actually go to the main menu and you can go to sync.
Ooh, yeah. Oh. That.
Oh wow.
Are you flying?
What have you done?
I'm outside the map. It doesn't like it.
You're going so fast. Why are
Yeah,
you
I
going
know.
20 miles an hour?
I'm still flying and I'm not touching the controller.
Well,
That might be.
well on the transmitter is the left stick up?
I'm using my Xbox controller because I don't have the cable for the other one.
Oh, well, that's your problem right there. So
I think I have lost the map. Oh my gosh. Okay.
You could try doing it on the
yeah,
keyboard.
yeah, your Xbox
That's-
controller probably won't work unless you go in there and tell it.
Let me see. Oh, that's weird. Let me see. See if I. Wait, is that the left or right one?
Well, normally it's the right one to the right,
Next.
and it pitches the right one up or down. And then yaw is going to be your left, right, or left, or the left stick, left or right. Left stick up or down is throttle.
Let's see if it works now, maybe?
Maybe. The problem is though that normally your throttle, since you have an Xbox controller, it stays in the middle on the left side where your throttle's at, stays in the middle, which means 50% throttle. So normally like a transmitter doesn't have its remote. Technically the left stick, it goes all the way down and there's no like spring, it's not spring loaded or anything. I know you can use an Xbox or PlayStation remote for this. There's probably a configuration you have to do.
I've actually
Let me see if
watched people who have set up drones with Xbox, PS4.
Yeah.
the crashing roof, it glitches out. I should remember that.
Try pulling it all the way down your throttle.
Yeah. Try that and see what happens.
Oh, I don't like that. And I lost now. Oh gosh, yeah, I gotta figure this out. No, I keep pressing
McKinley, one thing you might want to do is if you can make it to where you can't go over a certain mileage per hour, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Or you know what you could do, right?
Get back to Let me see if I can go back to editing.
What I would do is whenever you first even get on there, just pull the throttle stick straight down.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've lost the map. Oh shoot. Okay. Oh. I need to go back to edit mode. Oh, there's
Travis,
the map again.
So whenever you go inside, just hold the throttle stick down while you're still moving the mouse around. That's all I really have. That might help.
Yeah. Holding the throttle stick down is probably the only thing you can do.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the cable for that other controller sooner or later because this is kind of.
Yeah, well,
there actually probably is a way to make it to where you can just take out the spring of an older controller that you can plug in with USB and possibly get that to work.
Yeah. How do I go back to editing the track?
I think if you hit the little sprocket looking thing.
That's the drum setup thing I keep hitting.
Oh,
There's the map again.
maybe the wrench.
Try going to the main menu again.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
just go to the main menu and come back.
Yeah.
And for right now, I would just hold the throttle stick down.
Yeah, there's definitely a way to change that. It's just there's several ways to do it, and I don't know what the right way to do it is. I've never actually used a PlayStation remote or anything like that.
And now I'm scared to do the up button again.
Okay, so now McKinley, first up, just keep your throttle stick down.
Yeah, just keep it down when you say start.
Okay, let's see. Okay.
All right, so now you're not moving, right?
Now just pull it up just the tiniest bit.
Don't pull it up. It's gonna go up regardless. It's spring action, so just let it go up just a little bit, but don't let it go more than halfway.
I didn't even fly out the map this time. It just that's lovely. Okay. Let me just go back. Let me just go to their maps and see if I can get the controller to that.
Sure. Velocitron needs to be programmed for it. But yeah, what you guys should do once the cables is we should take that Texas Winter National map and we should race in a week. We'll all use the same drone.
Yeah.
That way it's fair.
I have to get the hang of these controls.
Well, it's probably best just to get the cable for the transmitter you have, because it's not, I mean, Xbox style remote, personally, to me, I don't like it. They make transmitters that look like that too, but I like the big box square thing. But I have big hands, so everyone's a little different. And I have heard from a lot of people that are in some of the groups I'm in up here in Dallas, they like the Xbox game style remote for racing, but they don't like it for just flying and having fun. So I was they had a sale in Christmas for an Xbox style remote. I bought one. I'll see if I like it.
Yeah.
I personally don't like them. Plus, like I said, on the Xbox, like an actual Xbox controller, the problem is you have your left joystick and it always wants to be center on your throttle. And that's not how drones or planes or like any of that, it's not how they operate. So, you know, the throttle needs to be 0 if you don't want to move.
Yeah.
Looks like you're kind of getting the hang of it though.
Oh shoot.
And see, the different colors on those cones, by the way, I think it has to do with laps. Normally there's like 3 laps. So red cones are first lap, green cones are second lap, and white cones are third lap or something like that.
Okay, so McKinley, so you finally managed to get control of the Xbox controller. That's good.
Sort of. Yeah, I need to get that. I need the Oh gosh.
Yeah, the other thing.
It's funny because right as you said that, you hit like 70 miles an hour.
The other thing that we probably need to check out real quick is I have to go look to see how you actually do it. But remember how I was talking about the different types of flight modes?
Yeah.
You've got angle mode, you've got the horizon mode, and you have acrobatic mode. Right now, you're definitely in acrobatic mode. You probably don't want to start with that.
Oh shoot. I did something wrong.
What's happening?
You crashed. So let me go see if I can't figure out how to get figure out how to put you permanently, or to either configure it permanent for air mode or angle mode, or normally what you do is you have one of the Alex, but they have positions.
Yeah.
There's like an up, a middle, and a down.
Oh yeah, I found the one with the 3 positions.
Yeah.
I've actually flown the racing drone a small bit.
Yeah.
And I know the controls.
Okay.
It's one of them is like the beeping.
Yeah, there's a.
The other one I don't remember.
Yeah, there is a beeper. Sometimes I own a drone with a beeper, but I should. I lost a drone a couple of weeks ago in a tree somewhere.
Was it because it didn't have a beeper?
The beeper would have helped. But probably need to figure out how to put the mode into what's called angle mode. I don't know. Okay, hold on. Go back there, kid. McKinley.
Air mode.
Air mode. Air mode you want on definitely, but that's not what we're looking for. Air mode's different too. Don't worry about air mode. Can you scroll down, or is that it?
That's it.
Really? Okay. Oh, hey, McKinley, if you want to fix the problem on your real quick.
Yeah.
Here. Go to the settings again.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm gonna go to the options because it has all of it, not just the racing options. Because maybe there's something in one of the other options.
Well, okay, actually, so wait, what is that? Scroll down. It says mode 1. Control sticks display. Change that to mode 2. You guys don't. Mode 1 is not good. Scroll down. Go back to the quad settings. Okay, these are different. So scroll down. One thing I would suggest is turn off quad audio. Oh, there's no idea. Okay, well, it doesn't matter then. Go back. Let's go back to the controller. All right, so wait a minute. On your left joystick, press it up and down, or move it up and down. Okay. So if you let go of all of them, they sit right at 1500. Well, that makes sense. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do to fix your problem currently. This will teach you something real quick. If you hit back, and we need to get back to, go ahead and start a map again. I don't know why you can't get to those from the main menu. That's silly. What we're going to do is we're going to turn down your throttle to the halfway point. That way you don't have to worry about holding down your throttle to stay at 0.
Advanced or normal?
The regular. So right here, minimum throttle, you see that one? It's like 3 up from where you're at. Yeah, change that to 1500. Oh, you can't? What? Okay.
Could you try doing the propeller power?
No, that won't work either. So when it comes to the channels, this is another part. This is nothing really to do with drones or anything. This just is radio technology and electrical technology. But so remember when I was telling you about the channels earlier and how a drone has a minimum of 4 channels? You've got the throttle, yaw, roll, and pitch, right? Each one of those translates to the 2 joysticks you have on your controller. Well, then if you want to do channel 5, that could be a switch. Channel 6 could be a different switch, and so forth and so forth. Anyway, these channels, when they're communicating, channel 1 and channel 1 you need to know what channel 1 on the drone means when you're telling it on your transmitter what channel 1 is. If you say throttle, you want to make sure the drone knows channel 1 is throttle, right? So when they actually send the mechanical signal or the physical signal, the radio wave, they send it on a certain frequency, but there's an amplitude, right? And I'm sure you guys probably have heard of amplitude before. And you guys, obviously you guys know radio technology pretty well. So the amplitude is actually what tells, the channel or the signal itself. It tells it, okay, am I giving it 0 throttle or am I giving it full throttle, right? Am I all the way down or am I all the way up? So what it translates to, at least with the numbers, I'm not really sure how it gets down there, but the point is all the way down is 1,000. All the way up is 2,000. So for instance, your stick right now, your throttle stick's stuck in the middle. On my transmitter and the Fly Sky one you have, the middle is 1,500. So if you were able to put a minimum throttle at 1,500, then in theory, if your stick's right in the middle, it's telling that it's sending a zero throttle, even though the stick is in the middle, right? It's sending 0 throttle command to the receiver on the drone. I know you can do it somewhere in here. I thought you could do it right there, but that is one way to fix the Xbox problem.
Okay.
You could probably do it wherever those beta profiles were. Maybe the advanced one. Yeah, you could probably do it here. Roll, pitch, yaw, angle, transition, anti-gravity, throttle midpoint, bottom right, kind of. Throttle mid, I think, is what it says.
Where?
Right there.
Okay.
So if you change that number maybe to 1. You could probably click and type it in too, but.
Oh.
I don't know. Now it's off the chart. Maybe throttle mid. I mean, throttle mid should be actually 75% now that I think about it. That sounds right. So now if you do it, you probably won't take off.
Yeah, let's see.
If you let go of the throttle, does it take off or does it go upwards at all?
Like that? Oh, I'm leaning backwards.
If you just let go of the throttle, period, what happens?
Okay, so I go up and then I let go. It just
Yeah. But if you let go, it goes up.
Let me see.
No, it looks like you're falling down. Well, I wouldn't mess too much with this. Probably just best to get the cable.
Yeah.
It'll work a lot nicer.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I need to get the cable.
Yeah, like I said, I've never even used a PlayStation or Xbox controller before. I just know that the way they're designed is a little different than an actual radio transmitter.
Yeah.
Plus, it's better just to practice with the real thing anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be fun to all pick a map maybe, and we can pick out. You guys can test fly a couple drones and see which ones you like. I think you should really start with the small ones first. The small ones are fun to fly, and they're still pretty quick, and it's all about the course. But the other thing is I'll try to figure out how to. You need to figure out how to get to angle mode. Honestly, off the top of my head, I don't know how. Without the switch on the controller.
Yeah. I'm just gonna have to find the cable. Anyways, how close are we
Yeah.
to being done? Because I kind of have to go to the bathroom.
Well, I think we've covered enough. You guys can get set up and start working with it, and I mean it's going to be a lot of trial and error. So,
Yeah.
And maybe next time we talk, we can talk more about the how to program the drones a little bit, and talk about some of the rates and things like that that make the drone fly differently.
Okay.
I just realized this, but if you scroll down all the way to the
I
bottom.
can't hear you, Alex.
Yeah, you're kind of quiet.
But if you scroll all the way down to the Velocidrone page, do you realize who it's created by?
Batcave.
Yeah. I just realized that.
It's created by who?
Batcave.
Batcave game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Batcave Games, and then the company the guy who wanted or made or paid to have it made, his name is Trappy, and he's one of the old school kind of drone pilot guys. He runs a company called Team Black Sheep, and they make a lot of good products. I actually just ordered some stuff from them the other day. But they've got some other cool add-ons. Maybe we can get to those eventually. There's like Capture the Flag and King of the Hill, and there's even like a I don't know if you're familiar. There's this, they're like soccer, but kind of like a Rocket League kind of thing.
I know Rocket League.
Yeah. So it'd be pretty cool, and if you guys make some cool maps, you can make one for all the different schools, Harker Heights or whatever. Try to replicate the gym or wherever you guys fly, and then you can distribute the map. I don't know if we talked or showed how to do that, but that's, I believe if you just, well, I guess there's two ways to do it. You can either share the file itself, it's kind of like a Word document. You can download it or whatever and upload it. It's just a tiny little file. Or if you start a game online with it and you give people like your, how to join your game or your race, once they join the race, they'll automatically download the map. So for now, I think you guys kind of just play around with it and see where you get.
Okay.
All right.
And we can figure out how to. I haven't actually played with many people online in a while, but maybe next time we get together, we can
Do it
Get
online together.
get something together, get a track, and then we can all join the game and play, or the map.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave. I have to go to the bathroom.
All right, McKinley.
Bye.
It's good to see you. I hope you guys enjoy and have fun with it.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
definitely will.
All right.
Bye.
All right, Alex. Bye. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Grandpa, you're on mute.
There. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Well, thank you. That gives them a lot to work on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Did Alex have it downloaded or not? I didn't think, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Here's Grandma.
All right.
Yeah, I don't see him.
Yeah, Grandma, my camera doesn't work.
I can't see him.
His camera's not working, he said, so you can't see him. Here, I'll get for the earphones.
Okay.
I'll say Happy New Year.
Hi, Grandma.
Hi. Boy, you got to be wore out.
Okay, don't talk a lot. We're on public.
Oh, he said don't talk a lot. He's on spots. Anyway, I want to say Happy New Year.
I don't know if I can edit this out, so don't talk a lot private stuff.
And I'm waiting for Jesse, your husband, and the boys to come in a little bit.
All right. Well, Grandma, I can call you a little bit later, okay?
Yeah, that'll be fine. I'm getting my phone charged. Okay. I'll give you a bit more now. Bye.
All right, bye.
Okay. I'm having trouble editing it, this stuff. I'm not really sure why, but anyway, I try to edit to what they call trim it to start. We don't need all that talk at the start and then sometimes at the end like this, but so far our YouTube's giving me trouble. So unless I go into one of my video programs, which takes a lot more work. So
yeah.
So anyway, thank you much. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
The boys are coming and going to stay the night here, so I guess Desiree can go out and celebrate New Year's Eve. So, okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. Thank you. Tell your mother I said hi.
All right, I will. Bye.
Okay. Bye.